Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it away. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Tonight, we gonna let it away. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it away.
Hey everyone, how are you today? I hope you're well. Hey Lady V,
Hey, honey.
how are
How are
you?
you?
You guys, we talked last night about Avriel Hooks from Lynchburg, Virginia, 20 years old, missing, 5'5", blue eyes, red dyed hair, I do believe. 5-month-old baby boy, so precious, you guys. I showed the pictures last night. Here, I'll show it again. She has a 5-month-old baby boy. Her family says she will never leave her baby. He was on her hip, glued to her hip for 4 months. He's 5 months old. There's something fishy going on, and we don't know what it is, but we're going to find out. And we have her cousin, Angela Wood, and our other cousin, Jim, with us. And
It's her
I'm going to
father.
bring them up now. Hi, Angela. Hi, Jim. How are you guys?
Doing
Hello.
good, Christy. Jim's her dad.
Oh,
Jim is
her
her dad.
dad. I'm sorry. Oh, that's your first cousin.
That's right.
Okay, I thought you were talking about something else. Okay, hi Jim. So Jim, Ariel's your daughter. Avriel, how do you say it? Avriel or Avriel?
It's Avriel.
Avriel. Okay.
Avriel.
Who has the baby right now?
The baby is with CPS at the moment. There's a custody hearing on the 13th.
Oh, my
Okay.
goodness.
Actually,
This
her
is-
mother petitioned for custody.
This is Lady V here with Sweet Misery. So we both care very much about your daughter missing, and our hearts go out to you and
Thank you.
prayer.
Can you give us information on her estranged husband? Because Angela was kind of giving me information on that, and I've never heard anything on that before, and so it's kind of like news to me and makes me more
Okay.
afraid for her.
So the detective in the case has given me permission to speak on this. Um, Avriel was married to a gentleman named Michael Perry III, and they were not together at the time. Where they weren't cohabitating together at the time. I believe it was July 4th. Avriel had left him because he had choked her out. And I believe I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but the baby might have accidentally got hit.
That's what she told me.
Oh my goodness.
He hit his head when she blacked out.
So Avriel got a 3-day emergency protection order against Michael, and after the 3 days, she went to get the extended one, and I don't know for what period of time that would have lasted, but the judge denied that protective order.
Wow.
Michael is out on bond right now for a gun charge where he had pulled a gun on Avriel. He's also out on bond right now for violation of a protective order against Avriel, and also fraud charges where he stole Avriel's credit card.
Why is it taking so long for the police to come out and say any information about him? She's been missing 6 days now, right?
Yes.
Tomorrow will be 7 days.
Right.
I'm sorry, I can't answer that. I wish I knew.
Oh, okay.
But he is for sure a person of interest, the person of interest at this moment.
Are y'all in contact with his mother? Because I noticed she did post on Facebook, looking for Avriel for her grandson. Or have y'all contacted with the baby's grandmother, other grandmother?
I have personally not been in contact with her. Avriel's mother, Ashley, has been in contact with her.
Oh, okay. And he's trying to get custody of the baby. You said the 13th or the 12th?
No, I'm sorry. Ashley, Avriel's mother, is trying to get
okay. Okay.
He sure is a cute little boy.
He is.
He looks just like his grandpa.
Oh.
Does he?
Yes, he does. The blue eyes definitely came from my cousin.
Not
Is that why you're in a blue shirt today? I think you're in a blue shirt. I don't even remember what color shirt you were wearing.
Honestly, I'm in a blue shirt because that's what I borrowed from from Ashley's husband, because I'd left my suitcase here. I was going to come back here, and of course I
just was exhausted after looking through the woods all day.
Where are you from?
I currently reside in Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Well, I have another YouTube creator here on, YouTube, I said, that lives in Virginia.
Is that
Somewhere
PJ?
around Beach. Yeah, PJ. Mm-hmm. Hey, Becca, my VS. She said they have drones, that they would be willing to go out and fly for you guys.
Yes.
So, Angela, do you have contact info for PJ, or just from the comment on my live?
Just from the comment on the live, and I told her if she'd send me an email, I would happily get in contact with her. We will exhaust every avenue, and anyone willing to help is greatly appreciated. And anything anybody can do, we are just desperate for answers. For this is just, it's just a lot on our family right now.
I'm so sorry. So where did she disappear from?
She was in the 1400 block of Gates Street in Lynchburg, Virginia. It's about 4 hours from Virginia Beach. I'm actually originally from Virginia Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow morning they will be having community volunteers out to aid in the search. As many boots on the ground as we can get is going to cover more ground. There's also a prayer vigil. People are encouraged to bring candles and yellow roses. They were Avriel's favorite at 7:15 on Florida Avenue in Lynchburg. 1820 Florida Avenue. And, just reaching out to the community in general, if anybody had Ring doorbell cameras from 8 p.m. to any time up until 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning, anyone in the area, just look at your cameras, run your video back, see if there was any kind of suspicious cars parked in the area, anybody walking around on foot. Any little bit could give us just that little bit of information that we need to locate her.
I remember the mom posting about a Silverado.
Correct.
truck.
I have been unable to confirm that. I did call a couple of people I know that can, look into things like that. A local detective here in Bedford County that is a friend of mine and a regular at my restaurant. And he said he would do his best to find out if that was actually a valid report that was made. It has no pertinence to our case. Ashley's under a lot of stress right now. I feel like her mind is shooting at all possibilities.
Correct.
Her daughter is missing and her grandson needs his mom. So I can only imagine her wheels are spinning in 1,000 different directions. So any little thing that could possibly bring us any more awareness is worth mentioning. I do not believe that has any relevance to this case. Lynchburg is a very active place. It's home to Liberty University, lots of college kids. It could have been very well just been someone, that happened to be driving behind them. I've personally been in a car and thought someone was following me and they were just lost. But it has no bearing on Avriel at all. Avriel had talked to me prior to her leaving Michael in June, and I tried to outsource places for her and got in contact with Bedford Domestic Violence as an option, and she had expressed to me personally, I can't say what she might have said to other friends. I have heard that she's told other people that she was scared that Michael would find her. She was extremely scared that he would hurt her and then in turn hurt the baby. And on more than one occasion, she told me that he had choked her. And the last straw for her, he had choked her till she blacked out and fell with the baby in her arms. And he had a bump on his head. And Avriel said enough is enough.
Did they check out the baby for any head trauma or anything from the fall?
I believe she took him to the pediatrician, and it was just like a knot right above his eyebrow. And she was assured that, babies, get bumps and bruises, but he seems pretty fine, but obviously he was because he's still hale and healthy.
Oh, good. This is kind of a weird question, but was she still nursing or did she nurse at all?
I believe she nursed in the very beginning, and then switched over to formula. He had gotten thrush, which they discourage you from, breath to mouth contact because it's a bacteria and it grows in warm areas. So she had been formula feeding him, and she was about to start doing solid foods with him. And I have 10 kids of my own, so she often would ask me, just a little advice, like how do I, start him in introducing foods? Like the doctor says, start with greens, and just bouncing ideas back and forth. But she was extremely invested in giving him the best possible start, buying all the right toys, making sure he got enough tummy time. I remember laughing with her about how mad he got when she would put him on his belly. And she was like, it takes everything in me not to just pick him up and carry him around, but he's never going to learn to walk or crawl.
The reason I asked that question is because my oldest son, that's all he would do. He would nurse. I couldn't get him to take a bottle. So I was concerned about that is why I had asked about it. I'm glad he's on formula, so that's good. Was she coming from work or?
She had just gotten off of work. Her mother drove her home at 8 p.m. And I believe they spoke on the phone afterwards. No. Well, how did Ashley find out she painted her nails? She texted her.
I'm not sure.
We're both unsure of how Ashley knew.
No, Ashley left there at 8:20.
Okay. She probably painted her nails.
Ashley left there at 8:20. She went home and she went to bed. And when she woke up, she missed the call from Avriel. I want to say 11:45. I could be wrong on the time there. But it should be around that time. And then it's 6:14 is when she got the text message from Avriel. And the text message from Avriel said, I have the baby. I have the baby. I'm with a friend. I need some me time. Now, Michael has admitted to the police that he got there somewhere around 10:20 and that they rode around together. And then he took her home to drop her off. I don't know what time this was. And that she gave him the baby. But then she sends a text at 6 a.m. saying that she has the baby when Michael, we know.
He had the baby when he was picked up.
Yes.
And per CPS orders, due to the nature of their last fight, CPS was involved and basically told Avriel that if she allowed him to be around the baby or see him outside of supervised visitations at social services, that she could face criminal negligence charges. And Avriel was adamant about keeping the baby away from him. So it's just impossible for us to wrap our minds around her actually giving him this baby.
So you think maybe he had taken her phone and text somebody to say that? Is that what you're thinking?
Absolutely. That is my personal belief, is that he sent those messages. And she also text into work?
She did. She texted into work.
She also texted into work. And Avriel was extremely excited to have started that job. She was so proud of doing it on her own.
Okay, so can I ask you a question? This is still Lady V. How did we end up with the mama missing and the baby with CPS?
Well,
I got this. So go ahead. Give me just
Jim's gonna get a minute. Well, CPS had originally had the investigation that in the state of Virginia, the way it works is they put you under a family plan where you agree to certain rules. And with Avriel missing and with no direct evidence to say that something nefarious had happened to her, they have to look at it as a case of abandonment and a breach of the rules because Michael is claiming that Avriel gave him the baby. So if that were true, then she would be in violation of the regulations set forth by CPS.
Yeah, that's not exactly what I meant, though. But I mean, I was just wondering, did she take the baby with her or not?
I can answer this question. So Michael had the baby. We know that he's admitted to having the baby. And
Okay.
he was, later on in the afternoon, he was on a video chat with the two of his brothers, and they live in New York. And they mentioned to him, they said, why do you have the baby? Where's Avriel? You're not supposed to have the baby. And he pointed the phone down at the floor and then up at the ceiling, and he said, heaven or hell, I don't know which one.
Oh, wow.
It is my personal belief that when he showed up at her house, that he took the baby, and maybe Avriel as well, and more than likely Avriel as well. Obviously, you can guess where our brains have taken this. I don't even want to speak it out loud. I'm going to hold out hope
Yeah,
that,
we're not going to speak that.
yeah, we're just going to claim that, right now this is under investigation. But as the facts remain, we know Avriel never would have given her son to him, and we know that he had him. What you can infer from that is up for debate, but it's very clear that he knew he was not supposed to be in possession of his son, and yet he was.
Right. Yeah, that's why I was confused, because you had said the baby was with her.
The baby was home with her the last time she was seen by her mother.
So, again, I guess explain it one more time. Again, somewhere around 10:20, Michael came over to the house. He told
In
the
the
police.
evening? In the evening?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And he said that him and Avriel went riding around for a little while, and then when they came back, she told him to take the baby with him. That's how he has told the police that he had the baby.
And so then
Avriel went
CP.
home from work at 8:30.
8 o'clock, 8:20, her mom left.
She had the baby. Mama went to sleep and woke up the next morning with a text message from Avriel saying that she was at a friend's, she needed me time, and she had the baby. Correct. And then she didn't come home, and no one heard from her, so they reported her missing. And hey, Jimbo, thank you. And the estranged husband, baby father, stated that he was there with Avriel 2 hours after she got home. He says at 10:30, and admitted to being with her and stating that Avriel gave him the baby. So he was in possession of the baby, and Avriel was missing. And sorry, I just had something pop up on my screen and I lost my thought. So he admits to all of this. Okay, he's abusive. He has restraining orders out. He has a gun charge out. All of this on Avriel. Evidently now he was the last person to see her at 10:30 at night. The next day, family gets a weird text message that is not like her. She would not say this. You guys, this baby's 5 months old. The grandmother says that I'm sorry.
She never would have left him.
Yeah, for 4 months, the family says that baby was on her hip. I think from what Angel is saying, the only reason she took the baby off the hip was so that he can learn how to crawl.
Correct.
But we're talking about Avriel Hooks. She is 5'5", 20 years old. It didn't say her weight, so I'm not sure. Red dyed hair and blue eyes. She was last seen wearing black pants, black tank top, about 150 pounds. Last seen wearing black pants, a black tank top, and pink polish on her nails. Can you tell us where she worked at or no? Where she works?
She was working at a convenience store in Lynchburg.
Okay.
I don't want to bring unnecessary attention to where she was working.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I just didn't know if maybe somebody might, know
she
her
was the picture of her in the outfit that she was wearing is from the surveillance camera at her work. And her work confirmed that they had never had any incidents where Michael had shown up there while she was working.
Does the police have access to any of her phone pings or anything like that?
So I believe they got the warrant. The warrant was signed for that information on Friday, and the cell phone companies have 72 hours to answer that. And of course, with it being the weekend, we knew that we wouldn't hear something. We were supposed to hear something today. I still haven't talked to the detective about that. I've been in contact with him today, but hopefully we'll hear something very, very soon.
Where is Michael? Do they have him detained at all for having the baby, or?
He is not detained, and I don't know why they haven't violated his bond and locked him up. I don't
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah, that surprises me too.
So yesterday, Michael, his house is on Carroll Avenue in Lynchburg, and there's a wooded area in front of his house. At 6 o'clock in the morning, the neighbor, um, I can't confirm this because I didn't hear or read text message or anything, but she said she heard gunshots, and she looked outside and she seen Michael coming out of the woods with no shoes on, and his shirt was inside out and backwards. And so the cops detained him, and he was acting like he was crazy and reading codes off of his hand. So they took him to the hospital, and then they released him again. So somewhere around 12:30, we got a phone call from the same neighbor saying that he went back into the woods. So we went to the woods, and
Yeah.
we searched those woods. And after we completed searching the woods, then they brought dogs in and they searched the entire 32-acre property.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to wait for my clock to stop ringing. So did you find out anything at all about like what he was doing out there, or
No, I
is he
did not. I did not. There's a lot of information that can't be shared right now.
right?
Um,
Is he on substances?
I don't believe so. In my opinion, that might have been why they took him to the hospital to make sure that he wasn't on substances.
Okay.
But previous to that day, did he use drugs? I don't know.
I don't believe he did. Avriel never, in confidence, never disclosed that he had any kind of habits or anything to me. I know he uses marijuana recreationally, and I believe that's about it. I think she said he doesn't even drink.
Back on my BSN comment says, if he's got charges pending, he's on pretrial probation. His PO could have excused him for those violations, and law enforcement doesn't like to press the issue if probation doesn't want to cooperate.
That's very true.
Ooh, I'm going to talk to probation.
I've had experience with that in dealing, like I told you, Christy. I have previous domestic violence issues myself, and I was attempting to give Avriel good advice in regards to how to proceed with things like that, because at one point he did come to her house or had accosted her near her mother's home or something like that. I can't remember the exact details. It was back in July. And she was trying to see about getting a violation, maybe getting him locked up. And I told her, I was like, if the police don't want to press it because his probation and pretrial has decided that it's not relevant to the case at hand, it's usually because they believe that they have enough charges to put him in jail already. So it would just be a moot point and another, court date.
Could you ask that person how we would find out and contact his probation officer? Maybe they're not aware of this situation.
Back on my BS, did you hear the question?
What county is it?
Campbell County.
Campbell County, yeah.
I believe the county and the city courts are separate. Yeah, they're separate.
Yeah, this is a city. She's directly in the cities and would be in Lynchburg City courts.
Oh shoot! It's after 5 over there. It's only 3 o'clock over here. I was gonna call him. Let's see.
Yeah,
officer here. I have this phone number right here. It's Campbell County Adult Probation.
Oh, I can get that on Google.
On Florida Avenue. Yeah, maybe try there and see if they can give you his officer. They should be able to, though.
We will just march our little happy tails right up in there then.
Yeah, I would.
Question.
Hi, Taylor. It's good to see you. So she says, so my ex-husband violated probation quite a few times. I Googled the county that he lived in and probation department. If that doesn't pop up, just call the courthouse. I filed a few complaints with my ex-husband's probation supervisor, and I will be honest, I did not get any good results, but it is worth trying. Unfortunately, domestic violence is a misdemeanor and no one cares about it. And abusers do not care about violating anything. They don't care about restraining order. 'Cause my ex well told me when he wants me, he's gonna come get me. He don't care if the police is there or not. And
Yeah.
and that's what scares me so much for Avriel right here. And that's why I'm trying to get all of her information out, because knowing now what I know, yeah, this baby needs his mama. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's just, I've definitely seen the system have a few gaps that allow for abusers to continue on. There's really no recourse. Like you said, it is a misdemeanor. And it's so unfortunate, because there are so many people out there that are living with domestic violence and not having any recourse that is significant is a hindrance to them even leaving the situation.
And they don't have resources to get out. They don't have, you
Correct.
just need support. I stayed in it for 8 years, and you know, I'll be there for anybody that
Yeah.
needs help, to get out, because I didn't have anybody. I did it all by myself. And it was hard, so I will always be there for anyone who
Avriel was a rock
just
for her
someone to talk
son.
to. Anyone.
Yep, Avriel was a rock for her son. She was young, but I'm covered in chills right now, but I feel like the minute she saw her baby, that her whole life shifted into living for him, and she was doing it with absolute grace. I mean, she's still young, so you can't say that she doesn't behave like a 20-year-old, but when it came to her son, she took everything extremely serious. She would have done everything to protect him.
So she says, look into the address confidentiality program. It helped her and her kids hide better. They give you a secret address if you're a victim of a stalking crime. Do they have that everywhere back on my BS? I don't know where you live at.
I know out here we have some places, not all the counties out here, but here where I reside in Bedford County, there is a group, Bedford Domestic Violence, that aids anyone, mothers, fathers, alike, to help them get out of domestic violence situations. They will have counselors that will go to court with you. And I had been in contact with Amy from Bedford Domestic Violence in regards to Avriel in the beginning of July, and I had gotten a card for her, but I was assured that Avriel was moving out. She told me she was moving out. She was going to be safe. She was getting away from him. And, I'm burdened with the guilt that I didn't press the issue. I was in a situation like that, and I know how difficult it is to just leave and throw away your hopes and dreams for the future. But when I say that Avriel took that bull by the horns, she did. She was ready to give up any and everything just to keep her baby safe.
And that's what all good mothers are supposed to and should do, but unfortunately they don't. I do remember I wanted to ask you that earlier. I do remember you telling me about the guilt that you feel for not being able to, I guess, help her more, or I guess more than you thought you should have.
I'm not going to be able to get over that guilt at all. That's something that I cannot reconcile myself to, that, because from the minute I woke up and I saw that post on Ashley's page, I immediately thought of 100 things that I could have said to her, like applying for a government cell phone and leaving the GPS on, and making sure you have a camera doorbell. You know, they're you can get them cheap online nowadays, and they hook to your cell phone. And these things, as I was telling my cousin earlier, these are things that I really thought I had more time to tell her. I really felt like she had done. I really felt like she had done a spectacular job of taking her own self seriously. And I was like, she's got this. I would just be, you know, overburdening her with too much information. Because at times some of that information can be overwhelming, you know, to realize that you should be in fear for yourself when you
Especially
feel
at
like
that young age, at 20 years old. That's so young.
it's very young. She just
Well,
turned
and
20 in April.
you kind of have to move somewhat at their pace as well. I had been in my first husband. I had problems with him, and my mom wanted me to leave him and all. You just have to get it in, move at their pace too. I mean, if they're not ready to hear it, you know, all I'm saying is don't live with guilt. I mean, you know, the what ifs and a wish and all of that are just, those aren't good things to sit back and look at, you know. You
Yeah.
just focus on positive, that, you know, she's a scrapper and she's trying to find her way back to her baby, you know.
She's definitely a warrior of sorts that you just can't even imagine. That girl, from the minute she was a baby, was just so progressively moving her life. She never let things keep her down. She always kept a positive attitude. Even when she was young, you know, I mean, she just took things on as they came at her, and she did so gracefully.
I just want to say real quick, if you just popped in, we have Avriel Hooks' father, Jim, and cousin Angela Wood on panel with us. She is still missing. Today is 6 days. Tomorrow will be a week. She is missing from Lynchburg, Virginia. She is 20 years old, 5'5". They say around 150 pounds. Last seen wearing black pants, a black tank top, pink nail polish. She is possibly in danger, guys. Lynchburg, Virginia. I have her picture scrolling on the screen. She has a 5-month-old baby. Her family says this is unlike her. She has been in an abusive relationship. She has an estranged husband who has a history of violence with her. He wound up with the baby when she came up missing. It's just so much stuff that's just not panning out. And we have, hey, Kathy, it's good to see you. And so we have her father and her cousin up on panel with us today to put out the story, because evidently what we've been knowing for the past 5 days isn't everything. And I was just so astonished whenever I was talking to Angela and she was telling me, and I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. We didn't know any of this. Like when, you know, whatever.
No.
And she said they got approval today, I think, to talk about it and to talk to the media and stuff. So now it's coming out that there is someone else in the picture, the baby's father.
I was trying to look around for some information yesterday on this, and I couldn't find hardly anything. And if some of my questions are kind of weird, that's why, because I've just been, we haven't really seen too much at all, you know, or heard too much on this. And that's just, we need to get it out there quickly and loudly.
That was my belief as well. I don't know what possessed me. I was talking to Ashley. I had previous relations with the Aware Foundation due to another missing persons case that is close to our family. And they actually showed up at my old job, and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, it's the Aware Foundation. So when I got up Wednesday morning and I saw Ashley's post, I was just the fear clung to me. And I asked her, I was like, do you want me to contact my friend with Kenny Gerald's with the Aware Foundation and see if they would be willing to help. They take on a lot of these cases. So I didn't want to give her any kind of false hope. I just wanted to say, hey, I can ask them. And they got back to me very quickly. And within the hour, they had the missing persons poster that you have posted. And they have been astronomically beneficial to this investigation. They have helped us to navigate the media exposure. They have helped. Kenny drove all the way to Lynchburg today to be with Jim and Ashley for interviews. He also did an interview. And they're really wonderful. They've offered us a lot of support in this time. And I just want to shout them out. Like I said, they're an amazing group of people that take what they do very seriously. And I was telling Kenny, I really felt like for whatever reason, the police department chose not to bring Michael up. We could all speculate as to why. I read a lot of crime mystery books. So, my mind was thinking maybe they were giving him the room so he would trip himself up. Or, maybe they were hoping he would just confess to what had happened. But the reasons are unknown to us why they did not want to share those details. And I was ecstatic when yesterday, it's right over the trash can. The detective told Jim that you can share all of this information now. Go for it, because the CPS case, the attempt to get a restraining order, and then him being with Avriel and admitting to it, was very pertinent information to this investigation. And I kept seeing, and the reason I reached out to Christy, is because, sorry, our other cousin's name is Misty, so of course, that's Jim's sister, Avriel's aunt. But I reached out to Christy and commented on the post that she had made, because I was getting really frustrated with the lack of detail that anybody had. Like, it's so easily dismissible when you think of her age and, she's just a new young mom. A lot of people will turn a blind eye to that, like, oh, maybe she ran off. But that is not the feeling that we have had. We know, and we can say that with assurance, that we know Avriel would not have left her child. But for the public to be made aware that there were actual circumstances prior to her disappearance that would be indicative of her motives to not have this man around her child, it just seemed really odd and very unfair to anybody that was even willing to consider the help that you're giving right now. Just, it's the fact that anybody took interest in it prior to this information being shared is a blessing. We are grateful for it, but we want to raise the whole nation up. We want everyone to know that there was more going on, that this isn't just a family that loves her and is a biased opinion saying, oh, she never would have left her baby. No, she never would have left her baby. Because with the case with CPS and the pending custody case, she had every intention of winning and was going to win. There is no reason she would have put herself in any jeopardy of losing custody of her child, because that was a very real fear for Avriel.
And you said her mother has filed for custody of the baby?
Correct.
Good.
Do you know why CPS hasn't put the baby with family? Is it because she's missing, like with Ashley, or even any of you guys or anything like that?
I can't say specifically why they've done it the way they have. I can speculate as to why they have. Like I said, if Avriel was under a family plan, family service plan, there are certain rules. And unless it is very evident that she did not leave the baby with Michael, then they have to assume that she did. That's just how, CPS isn't the courts. They don't make those decisions. So if it's the case of, Avriel just ran off, they have to look at it as, this is what's going on. This baby is better in placement. And then they have to assess the family's stability and ability to care for the child. If Avriel were missing and the baby had been placed home, would the family give the baby right back to her? I mean, these are things, and I'm glad that CPS takes these measures because it ensures that children in other situations are kept safe. I feel it is a little bit unfair that he is being kept, but the family has had access to visitation with him. They're very understanding of our situation, and we've been well informed of his well-being. He is doing very well. And it's not a completely unreasonable time frame to wait until the 13th for court. It allows and affords us to focus on the investigation.
Right. Keep looking for her.
Keep looking for her to bring her home.
Yes.
It would be even more overwhelming. Ashley is dealing with her firstborn child mysteriously vanishing, and then to dogpile on top of that a baby, and I can only imagine how it would feel for her to look at this child and think, we got to find your mama every day. Like she needs some time. I think CPS is done right to let it ride out until the court date. It will give everybody time to adjust, and maybe bring some kind of closure to this case before it happens to go to court for custody. But I'm of the mind that CPS will have no problem placing her with family.
Well, I'm certainly hoping that you can get more awareness out there where you can get, like, I live in the middle of the country, so I can't be any help as, being out in the woods, traipsing around looking or anything like that. But, we can share
the story.
Share this story, get it out there. Let's get more awareness on this.
Even if we don't get any kind of leads, just being able to share her story, to give light to the places that are dark when someone else is facing something like this, that's a blessing for our family. We are going to take any and every blessing we can get in this time, and we're going to take it with both hands. Awareness for the situation, awareness for other people in situations that are similar or the same, and just being able to reach as many people as we can with her story, because Avriel is such a special woman, and I would never want this to happen to anybody else. I would never want another family to be sitting in the position that we're in. My cousin literally deadheaded from Tennessee straight here to walk through the woods and to turn over every stone and to ask every question, no matter how much it hurts to ask these questions. And that's the dedication of a man that is of his worth. And there are good men out there. There are good women out there. And, people that are suffering in domestic violence need to understand that living with a monster isn't your only option. There are good people out there. There are good fathers. There are good people in this world still.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Angela, when she comes home, you tell her, you give her my information. And anytime she needs somebody to talk to just for an ear, I am always here.
I absolutely hope that one day you get to actually speak to her. She has the most beautiful laugh. It sounds like wind chimes, I swear.
Have you been in contact with any other creators on YouTube?
No, I've seen a couple of the videos. I've seen a couple of creators on TikTok and YouTube as well. We're kind of clueless and just trying to paddle a boat in the dark with one oar. Jim and I are both not exactly tech savvy. I told Christy earlier, like, she asked me to come up on panel, and I was like, I hate to sound stupid, but I have no clue what you mean. I have teenagers that probably would have known and laughed at me for asking, but we're
Yeah.
we're we're really lost here. Like that's why I reached out to the Aware Foundation.
Busy.
And busy. Jim is invested every waking moment of his life since he got here to digging in with both hands and diving in headfirst to this because he got the news coming straight out of work, and I felt awful for basically dumping the worst news of his life in his lap like I did. But the only avenue I knew to exhaust was to contact the Aware Foundation because I had personal experience with how thorough they are and how much they can get the word out there. Just since they got involved, I've watched so many TikTokers, so many YouTubers, so many Facebook people. What are they called? Influencers that have taken the time to make a story, even with the most basic information that we were working with prior to today. It's been extremely awe-inspiring to see people in their own lives going through their own things band together for someone we love so deeply.
I just want to tell everybody, any of the creators out there that have posted about this and shared this, I just want to say thank you.
There's the reason I was asking because the only place yesterday that I could find anything on Avriel was a channel called Lighting Their Way Home.
My friend Taylor showed me that page.
Yeah, that's the
Dolby
only
Vision as well.
Dolly Vision
Yes.
and
Yep.
Lighting the Way Home.
That's PJ's boyfriend. That's PJ.
And then Christy. And then there's another one that says Anna Reports News.
There was a Mandy the Medium. I think I might have that wrong. And it's Mandy the Medium or something like that. It's some name like that. She did a TikTok, and I found it in hashtag Avriel Hooks, all one word.
I was just going to say, I would get a hold of anybody and everybody that would get on your, would let you on their channel is what I would just get the true crime. And Christy and I will try to light fires under people as well. But just like anybody that will let you on their channel to talk about this, I would just try to spread it as much as possible.
That's been our modus of operation.
How do you feel? I heard you say not a psychic, but a
medium. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about those? Because I can get you in contact with someone who does missing cases.
We, our family. Okay, so just I will risk sounding crazy. Our family is completely 100% anyone, mediums, psychics. If you want to get involved in this, if you want to try to help us in any way, we are accepting of any and all help we can get. We are not going to think you're crazy or anything like that. A lot of our family members, myself included, get strong intuitions and or clairvoyance of a sort. I've always gotten really strong gut feelings about things and gone with my gut and trusted it. So we would never discredit anybody that thought that they had some kind of information to share. Like I said, we will exhaust any and every avenue to bring Avriel home.
Absolutely.
Okay, I will text you her channel. I messaged her on Facebook. I messaged her, but when she gets the algorithm,
Go ahead, hon. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'll send you her channel link in text so that maybe she can help in any way. I know she does help with missing persons. She's helped me personally. She's been accurate, so I've been watching her for a while. So
there are 2 or 3 people that I will get a hold of, and I will have them get with Christy. Will get the information on how to contact you and see if they.
Kristen, you can share my email with Lady V if you'd like,
Okay.
or my phone number. That's fine too. Um, and I also sent a message, and I'm glad you guys brought it up, so I didn't sound crazy. But I sent a message to Brian Ladd. I don't know if you know who he is, but he is um, a savant of sorts, a psychic of sorts with schizophrenia. But he's worked a lot of missing cases, and I reached out to him. I have a long-standing relationship with him. For, like I said, I have a previous case for a missing person that's 15 years old, and he gave a lot of help to the investigation the first and second time around. So we will take it with both hands. Like I said, any and everybody that is willing to give us any kind of help.
I also suggest if anybody has Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, X, Instagram, TikTok, I mean, anything like that, put her missing poster out on your pages. That will also help because I had my Hart grandson went missing earlier this year, and I put it out on my Facebook and my Instagram and TikTok, and I got a lot of people that were checking in and looking around for him as well.
Yeah, like I was telling Jim before we called, we have to just keep putting it out there. We have to keep sharing this poster. I don't care if my entire news feed for the next 6 months is nothing but Avriel. I just want everybody to speak her name, to see her face, to look anywhere and everywhere. I mean, it's possible that she could be in North Carolina, Maryland, West Virginia even. We have family in West Virginia. I don't know anything really about Michael other than he has brothers in New York. I know that what I do know of him, he seemed very polite, but also very domineering. The one time that she was on the phone with me and he was irate and, going off in the background, Avriel was very calm and told him, hey, I'm on the phone with my cousin. And he immediately switched back to a doting husband. And it was like the snap of a finger.
Right. Yeah, they're good at that.
Yeah. Definite narcissist, textbook style.
Yeah, definitely.
PJ's in chat. She can't come up on panel because she's driving and doesn't have her earpods. But so PJ, are you saying that Michael has a dozen charges from a year ago? She says she's gonna pack Dolly Vision up and send him over there to go live with you guys.
Sounds
He
good.
has a way bigger channel than I do. So yeah. And that's the one with the drones. So
Listen, it's public. His charges are public knowledge. You can look up the Blue Ridge Regional Jail website and put in his name, and you'll see all the charges from over the years and his current charges as well. It's public information.
So does he have a history of violence with previous relationships as well? How does he? I'm sorry.
I don't know if there is proof, but I do know that
He had a stalking charge.
did he have a stalking charge?
He had a stalking charge on his ex-girlfriend.
I do know that there was an incident with his previous girlfriend, and I don't want to speculate on what that was, but
And charges in New York.
yeah. So I don't know what those charges are. I mean, I know the charges that he had with Avriel.
Oh, she said strangulation.
Yeah. Yes. That's the charge where CPS got involved. He strangled Avriel until she blacked out. She called me that evening.
Oh my God, y'all! When was she? They were supposed to go to court on the 13th. You said. I forgot.
Yes.
Yeah, I think on the 13th, and it was for Michael and Avriel for custody, correct? And
Yes.
now she's missing, and he comes up with the baby.
Correct. And there was an order by CPS that he was not allowed to be anywhere near that baby unless it was supervised at social services building.
What?
At the Y.
Right now, I've already sent your message to a couple of content creators. And I'll send to as many people as I can. I know Christy will. I mean, this is something that it's so prevalent nowadays that it's so easy to fall through the cracks. And
And
once,
that's why we don't want, that's what we do not want to happen. I've seen so many missing kids, missing young people, especially in a city like Lynchburg, that basically go unnoticed. There just isn't enough exposure to the case. And I was in fear, which is why I commented to Christy. I was in fear that this case was going to start to lose momentum because people didn't know the truth. They did not know that Michael has a past of abuse towards Avriel. They didn't know that CPS was involved in keeping him from the baby, and they didn't know that he was in possession of his son after Avriel went missing. Those facts alone make this extremely more important.
absolutely. Well, you're in my thoughts and prayers for sure. And I also have a friend that's a clairvoyant, and I'm going to get in touch with her as well. And oh God, what is the name of what is it Donna
Serafina.
Serafina? Yeah. She is one that's really good about getting word out too as well. And that's the name of her channel, I believe, is what's it called, Christy? I forget I don't go to hers very often. Is it Reverend Donna Serafina?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll check her out.
I don't know. Oh, also someone said in the chat, to try to contact Gabby Petito's family. I'm sure you're familiar with Gabby Petito.
I literally have "Let It Be" tattooed on my foot for Gabby's case. I just did that tattoo in June. I actually sent a picture to Avriel and told her I did the tattoo myself. I told her I would do one for her as well. We had often discussed Gabby's case because of what she was going through with Michael. She said that she didn't want to be the next Gabby Petito. Good job.
My heart's just sinking lower and lower into my stomach. I don't know. PJ, did I give you her contact information? I'll give you her phone number. I don't know how soon you guys can get out there. This family is desperate, you guys. We have got to find Avriel. This isn't just a runaway. I don't care what anyone says.
I've sent this to Melissa Jade, Crime Sleuth, and of course Lost Souls, and I'm going to send it to Alex Erickson.
Mm-hmm. I think she's live right now.
And see if Alex is live. So I'll see. I'll just send it out to as many people or put it in their chat or whatever, as many as I can. And
that's literally all we could ask for is just, and like Jim told you earlier, to anybody that is willing to cover this content, to exhaust any effort for us and our family and Avriel and her baby, we are just, there is no words for how grateful we are.
Well, I got like about 1,000 people on my Instagram, and I forget how many on my TikTok, and I've got several thousands on my Facebook. I will put the missing poster out on those as well, and on my X. And I think if we all try to do that, maybe we can reach as many people as possible, then, and if we hold, the thing with true crime is we are very good at holding Ellie's feet to the fire and saying, hey, this is now in the limelight. You can't just sweep this under the rug. This is something that you have to take care of,
And I tell you what, Angela, Dolly Vision and PJ is the one to get, because they don't back down and they will go. When you
told me about him earlier, I literally went over and looked at his page for the post where he was talking about Avriel, and his straight to the point was very, very reassuring. And like I was telling Jim, when I told him I wanted to do this interview with you guys, I just want the word out in as many mouths. I want her name in every household. I want everyone that can and will hear this to hear this.
And what's sad is we wouldn't, well, I don't know anybody else wouldn't have heard of it if it wasn't for Dolly Vision living in Virginia, because I heard it from them, and then I looked into it. And like I said, I haven't seen much about it. And all we knew was that she got off of work and her mom brought her home from work, and that was it. And that's all we know. And then when I don't know how you found my YouTube or whatever, but when you was commenting on it, I was like, this is totally different than what we know. And I'm like, 4:00 in the morning over here trying to text you back. And I'm like, hold on, we need to talk. What is this? Why isn't you're telling me all this, and law enforcement is just dragging their balls? It's like, come on. Can you not see this?
Yeah.
And there's
I'd like to say that I believe the detective is doing a great job. I know things are moving much more slowly than what
we would like.
I've never experienced this before, but he's working very hard. I believe he's doing a good job.
Okay, good. Phew, it's just been a week.
I'm gonna get this out. I'm gonna get this out to Shay Benet too, because she has a lot of really good contacts as well.
Okay, you sent it to Clumsy, right?
I will. I'm trying to get it to Melissa, and I just put it in Alex's chat, so hopefully.
And just the fact that I believe whatever reasons law enforcement had for not disclosing the information prior to this, I believe that they came to the same conclusion that we, as her family, emotionally responding, had already had, that it wasn't putting enough pressure on Michael himself, or anyone that might want to look into this, with just the basic facts of she went missing. I mean, she's 20. You can look at it as a runaway case, Right. But that's why Jim was insistent with the detective. Like, people need to know this. Can I say this? What can I say? What can I not say? What is going to be detrimental to your investigation? Because we are not trying to.
My hope is, there's a judge in Lynchburg that dropped the ball and did not give her the protective order. Now, would the protective order help her? I don't know. But the judge that dropped that ball, what I'm hoping is going to wake up and help us, give us some more resources on this.
Especially for other people that might find themselves in a similar situation. I cannot think that there would be another girl walking into a courtroom with a baby that she's trying to protect, getting denied a protection order. It's just a piece of paper, and your ex will probably still come for you. But if there is some proof that they were violating an order, there is going to be a swifter action, and there's going to be more justice served. With her not being able to obtain a protection order, she was left completely alone in the world. And that in and of itself did not give any credence or weight to her pressing the issue. She was stifled. Her voice was smothered out because they did not find validity in her statements for whatever reason. And we need the justice system to wake up and make some amendments to investigate these cases and give better rulings for people seeking protection from the government and the law.
Yes.
Especially young people like this, like she's just starting out. Young parents are young parents. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to do good things. It's just growing up and learning how to live life and be a parent. So the fact that CPS is involved or anything has, nothing to do with her being missing or being a bad mother or anything like that.
No, it was just
young parents and young parents.
And I understand why CPS got involved the way they did. Like I said, about my previous experience with myself, I 10 years, I went back and I null processed and wouldn't testify against my ex about the abuse that I was suffering. And thank God I was granted a 2-year protection order because the judge saw the null processes. But CPS had gotten involved with me as well. And they literally told me that your judgment is questionable in regards to your children if you keep choosing to be with this man. So I believe that in some way that CPS has a good avenue there, but I don't feel like it serves the people that are seeking protection. It makes them more fearful. It makes them, I mean, I get it. They don't want them to reconcile, but at the same time, you need to be offering more support for someone instead of inspiring fear into this person's life that they have made poor decisions in regard to their child. Avriel did not make poor decisions. She chose actively and stuck to her ground to leave that man without anybody else's provocation. They came in as an afterthought. And it just should, that's just not the way the system should work.
So she was living with Ashley. She's living with Ashley at this time?
No, she was in her own apartment.
Oh, okay. So her mom brought her to her own apartment? Or
Correct.
Oh, okay.
And I believe that her door was open and the light was on when the police arrived to investigate the missing person report. Right? Jim's nodding yes.
Okay. Do any of y'all in chat have any questions or any resources that could possibly help this family? Or hi, Brittany. Or I don't know if you knew Angela Taylor was in here. I don't know if she still is. I don't know if you know or not.
Taylor, yeah, that's my friend.
Yeah, she was in here. I don't know. I didn't know if you saw her, but I wanted to tell you because she was telling you hi.
Yeah, she's a very good friend of mine, and I couldn't ask for someone more supportive and loving than Taylor. She has been extremely emotionally connected to all of this.
Yeah, she's still in here. She just commented. It sounds like you guys have such a great family support system. And that's really good. I do understand Ashley's probably overwhelmed. I know Jim and Ashley are out of their minds right now. But I don't know. I'm trying to get actually Dolly Vision is Jimmy as well. So I'm trying to I gave PJ, if you're in here, I sent you Angela's phone number. So hopefully they can get with you today. And
That would be
maybe
great.
I think there's somewhere's around Virginia Beach somewhere, I think.
I'm
I don't
very
know how
familiar
far.
with Virginia Beach, but it's about 4 hours
Okay.
from us.
Okay, I think that's where they live, somewhere around there. Around Chesapeake, something. I'm not sure of Virginia. I just heard of the names that they talk about. Somewhere over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, the 7 cities. It might as well be one unified country in itself. You laughing over there? It's literally like a little city, a little whole universe of its own. My phone is literally getting really low, and Jim has some things he has to do this evening before we can make dinner and retire. He's got to be up early again tomorrow to go to this search party. We will be, like I said, holding the prayer service at 7:15 at 1820 Florida Avenue in Lynchburg. Anybody is welcome to join. Like I said before, yellow roses were Avriel's favorite. She loves candles, especially scented candles. So we encourage anybody that wants to come out and pray or offer their positive energy, whatever your faith is. Any and all spiritual help will be accepted and appreciated. Also, tomorrow morning, they will be gathering to do a community-wide search. I'm sure that there will be information available about that. Once we know more, I will post it on my Facebook page. You can find me under Angela Zierhart, Zierhart. I will make the post public for anybody that wants to see it. And we just cannot express our thanks enough.
Angela, what time is the prayer vigil tomorrow?
7:15 p.m.
All right, I'm putting it in chat with the address. In case anyone is nearby. Brittany, I'm not sure when Dolly's going. I'm getting them in touch with PJ, and so they can get over there and start doing that. So hopefully it'll be soon. Angela and Jem, thank you so much for taking time out to come talk to us tonight about Avriel. You guys, we have to share this out. Share her picture, share her name, share everything, her baby's picture. We have to find her. She's only 20 years old. Um, yeah, guys, we have to find her. Please share this out. If you need to get in contact with the family anyway, if you want to get in contact with the family anyway, replay. If you know of anything, need to get in touch with the family, let me know, comment, and I will get you the information for the family or a way to get in contact with them to help. We just need to get the word out so that we can help this family find Avriel Hooks and for her
Yes,
sweet little baby.
and I have put the information and your link, Christy, to this show on about five so far of the 5 or 6 creators that I know of that um, I'm just trying to do everybody that I can.
We appreciate it. The effort that you guys are putting in is just absolutely beautiful, and we appreciate you so much for doing this for us and our family, and especially for Avriel and her baby.
You're in our hearts, you're in our thoughts, and you're in our prayers, and know that we'll do whatever we can to help on our end.
That's very much appreciated.
Thank you.
So, what? I probably sent it to the wrong one. PJ, I sent it to you on Facebook, I think. Oh, I didn't. My bad. I'm sending it to you right now. Okay, I sent it on Messenger. You should have it. Okay, you guys, and please rest the rest of the evening. Try to anyway, and hopefully things will get popping off tomorrow. And unfortunately, I'm all the way in Arizona, so I can't make it to the vigil tomorrow. But hopefully, if Dolly Vision and PJ can get out there, they'll be able to film it and post it to where okay, Tara just emailed me back. Angela, that's the clairvoyant medium that I was telling you
Yes,
about.
ma'am.
So yeah, she wants you to email her, so I'll give you that information also when I get off of here.
Sounds good.
I just put
Her
this. I just put this on my Facebook, so as well.
her family reported her missing after they thought things weren't right, after they received that text message in the morning and things just didn't seem right and they didn't hear from her. Her family reported her missing the next afternoon. Yeah, the night it happened, the next afternoon, I think it was.
Yep, she was
Okay,
reported
Angela and
missing
Jim,
the
thank you
following
so
day.
much. When?
She was reported missing at around 5, almost 6 o'clock on Wednesday.
And the last time Ashley heard from her was Tuesday around 8:20,
8,
8:30 p.m., 8 o'clock, 8:30.
correct. And like I said, like we've said, the husband Michael Perry III admitted to police that he saw Avriel that evening, and him and the baby and her went for a ride, and she gave him the baby, and we know that's not true.
Okay. All right. Well, we are going to get this out to as many people as we can. I'm trying to find local people. But like I said, I gave PJ all your information. She's seen it, so she has it. They're local. They can get there. They can film stuff. They can interview y'all, put it out there to bigger channels than what I am for sure. I'm just very new. So I'm trying to get y'all out there to bigger channels so that more people can look and more people aware of the situation because the majority of the people in here didn't even know who she was.
Right. Well, it was like I said, it was very hard to find something on her last night, and then today, um, I think it was somebody. I think it was Summer in here that was trying to look it up today, and she said she couldn't hardly find anything either. So we definitely just need to just like bomb blast it everywhere.
Yeah.
Uh, did you get a hold of any of the media or anything?
Actually today, Jim, Ashley, and Kenny Gerald's, which is how I came across Misty's post. Christy's. I'm so sorry. I keep doing that to you. My cousin's name is
Okay.
Misty. That's how I came across Christy's post. Kenny Gerald's from the Aware Foundation shared the live that you did, I believe, yesterday to me this morning, and that just I immediately felt a need to respond.
We there
I
was
appreciate
the news had come over and interviewed Ashley and Kenny this morning.
Okay, because I was looking for that because you did tell me that, Angela, and I was looking for it before we came on here, but I didn't see anything, so I wanted to ask you about it. But it could possibly only be local news too.
It might be.
Well, we're gonna make this national news, okay?
Yep.
We're not worried about local anymore. This is gonna be national. We're gonna find Avriel. She's coming home to her baby, and that's the bottom line.
Thank you so much.
I want again, thank you, Angela, for contacting me because I would have never known. We never would have known all of really what's going on if you wouldn't have contacted me.
I don't
And
know why. I was just compelled when Kenny shared that. I just like reaching out to him. It was a feeling that I needed to do that. And I doubted myself, and I told you I had anxiety about even stepping on my cousin and his and Avriel's mother's toes about it, but I just had to do something.
yeah, I know they appreciate so much you helping out and all the other family and friends helping out because, like I said, I just cannot imagine what they're going through at all. And just the fact that he's sitting here talking to us right now is everything. So I just want to thank you for that. And so many people are praying for you guys. I just want you to know that also. And I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue until she's found. I don't care if I have to go live about her every day, make a video about her every day. I will. She will be found and she will be brought back to her family. Period. That's the
Thank
bottom.
you. Thank you. I got chills. We're both
Absolutely.
we got goosebumps too. We both got chills. Just knowing that
Absolutely.
somebody out there cares enough, it it's a balm on raw nerves and raw wounds right now.
Well, you have an army behind you guys. Just know that, okay? Angela, if you need anything at all, you have my phone number and you have my email address.
I
Call
do, and I will. I'm gonna send you Jim's phone number as well. I got that from him earlier to send to you because him and I obviously have more direct contact. But I'm gonna send that over to you as well in case you needed to get in contact with him about anything. I do work two jobs, so I'm not always in the direct loop like her father is. But I will not stop stampeding into places just to get the word out.
Yeah, don't take no for an answer. Just what
Absolutely not. Me and Jim are probably two of the most hard-headed people you will meet. We don't know what no means,
very good.
especially when it comes to our loved ones.
And I'll just keep putting this on community pages of YouTubers that I know kind of do this stuff and just try to get it out there as much as I can. Like I said, I did put it on my Facebook and there's 2 or 3,000 people on that all over the United States. So hopefully somebody has seen her.
I really do appreciate Kenny with Aware program forwarding my live to you. I really appreciate it. And I'm so glad to know that it is getting out there, that, I am doing this for a reason and, it's working. So I'm so glad that that was sent to you. makes me feel good because I know that what I'm doing is getting out there to people, you know what I mean? And that I am actually helping someone. In this
Angels
case,
walk among us.
it's so close to my heart because I I was 40 going through this. I can't imagine 20. So, like I have to find her. I have to know what's going on with her. This is too much. So I will keep in contact with you guys. If anything comes up, let me know. Um, and PJ does have your information. So as hopefully you guys can get with them and they can get the drones out there and hopefully help law enforcement. You guys do whatever you need to do. I'm not sure, but
PJ messaged me. I've got a message here.
okay, good. You guys can get that. I did drop Dolly Vision's link in the chat if you want to go up sub up to him. He is in Virginia and he is willing to go help the family. He has drones and everything. So him and PJ are willing to go and help the family tomorrow. There's a prayer visual for her tomorrow at 7:15 at 1820 Florida Avenue, Lynchburg, 7:15 p.m. There's a prayer vigil for her there. Please show up. If you cannot show up, just you guys just send massive prayers out to this family. Just think if it was your family, what you would want them to do for you. We need to help this family.
Absolutely.
Angela, Jim, I don't know which one of you are able to see the baby for visitation, but somebody give him a big old hug from all of us.
We will.
I'm
Yes.
helping to find his mommy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you later. Angela, thanks for joining, Jim. I really appreciated that. And
Yes.
we're going to continue to spread the word to get her out, to get her picture and her name out there to find her.
Yes. God bless you.
Angela? Okay. They both left me. All right, guys. That was Jim, Avriel Hooks' father, and Angela, Avriel Hooks' cousin. They are desperately begging for help. Please share this out. Get her picture, get her name, contact other creators. I'm just a little peon in this world of YouTube like nothing. I'm just starting, please get her out to all of these creators that have bigger channels, to everyone else that you can think of. The only important thing right now is to getting her back. It's just crazy that she goes missing right before they're supposed to have a CPS hearing for custody. And he's the last one to see her. He winds up with the baby. Yes, she went missing last Tuesday. Her mother brought her home from work around 8:30. Her mom dropped her off at her apartment. Her mom went home and went to sleep. Later that night, which we just found out around 10:30, her husband, the baby's father, who she's estranged with, hey Kaz, it's good to see you. Um, went to her apartment at 10:30 that night. Admitted this to the police. Told the police that he went pick her and the baby up to go drive around, talk, do whatever. And then he dropped her off home and she let him keep the baby. The mama gets a text message that morning. She wakes up, the Wednesday morning she wakes up, and it says that from April saying she needed me time and that she had the baby. And that just didn't sound right. Her baby is her everything. He's 5 months old, and for 4 months they say he was on her hip. She basically put him down on the floor so he can learn how to crawl. That's what mama's baby he is. And all this happens right before custody date. And he has a violent history against her and also a stalking, I think a stalking charge with his ex. He strangled Avriel. She's tried to put a protection order against him, which was denied. Um, he has a gun charge that he has from Avriel putting a gun on her, all kind of stuff. And then she comes up missing. He has the baby. There's a court case coming up for custody. Come on now. Does it sound like a runaway to you? I don't know. It just upsets me so freaking much. All right, you guys, please hit that thumbs up for me. I would really, really appreciate it. Yes, very scary. That baby is her world, and that baby has no clue what's going on. And of course, he knows his mama, and he's probably looking for his mama at 5 months old. So we have to bring this baby back. Yes, we have to bring Avriel back to her family, no matter which way or what it turns. She needs to be brought back to her family. So I'm just going to continue to say, please share this out, you guys. Share it out. Share it out. This is only local to, I would have known this if another creator in Virginia wouldn't have brought it out. It's obviously only local. Now it's national because we have our Kaz in Australia listening. Kaz, share this out. Share this out. Get all your friends in Australia to share it out to all everywhere. We don't care where it is. I told them that we were getting this out, and we will. If you need to rewind, Jim, Avriel's dad, and oh my God, I just drew a blank on her name, Angela. Her cousin were just up here to let us know what's going on currently, the status of the situation, and everything that's going on. Thank you, Brittany. I really appreciate that. You left me. Hey.
I'm sorry. I got knocked off.
Oh, that's okay.
I was trying to get it out to as many people as I could, and I got knocked off. These poor people are just.
I know. I hate that. When I'm on panel, it does that to me if I drop to do something. I was on Michael Lloyd's show this morning, and I was trying to talk to Angela and do this at the same time, and I kept dropping. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is the guy's name, you guys. If you want to look him up, I need to look him up and see what he looks like and get his picture out there as well.
Yeah.
I just got his name just now in the live, so he is violent. She is presumed to be in danger. Her father says he is a person of interest, the person of interest. So we're going from there, you guys. And oh, you did, Brittany? Okay, good. I'll go look on there and find it and get some information off of there. Okay, good. Now I know he has a Facebook. Now we know he has a Facebook. We can go flood him with, where's Avriel?
That's right.
This is crazy. Okay, you guys, I'm going to get off of here now. I'm going to say it for the last time on this live. Share, share, share. Please share. He has 2 weird posts, Taylor, since she's gone missing. Hold up a minute. I have to go look now. What y'all whistling over there? Michael Perry III, Memphis, Lynchburg. Versace? Is that where it says he works at? Oh, yeah, that's the baby. Oh, man, that's not him. Let me see. Is that him? That is him. Okay, hold on. If you know how much I love my wife and my son, you would understand how hurt I am. I'm constantly searching and looking everywhere for my wife. Hold on, let me share this so that you guys can see the picture and that you'll know. I know, but you. All right, let me take this off and put this up.
Okay, guys, here is his Facebook link.
Why does it look like that? Okay, so he says, I'm constantly searching and looking everywhere for my wife. I'm not okay. This is the mother of my child. I'm lost. Only one person commented. My wife is missing. I'm not okay, yo. The police questioned me for 5 hours, held me for 12. I need any information you can give. I'm a husband and a father. She's my wife and the mother of my child. We miss her. About my wife and son, shit, family in general. We're going to take it there. I don't know when our last goodbye may be, so gang, fam, I love y'all. That was the 17th. All right, so let me see if I can get. You probably can't see this good. I'll have to go look and see in the photos. There's the Barbie, look the Barbie. Aww. And there's Avriel. There he is, you guys. That's the baby's father. That's her husband. Can you guys see that? Okay, good. Okay, hold on 1 second. On the one I post, hold on, let me go back. Hold on, Penelope. I'm busy at the moment. Wait, where did I go? Hold on. Oh, here we go. I don't use Facebook very much. Okay, the last one. The one about fam, about my, the one about my wife. That one doesn't have any. Don't go after mine. If you tender about yours, I'll miss. But my fam and son. Okay. Oh wait, I can't see the comments. Can I? It's not letting me. Unless it just doesn't have comments. Let me see. It doesn't show any comments. I'm looking at the comments to all of them. Did she answer back? I'm not in StreamYard.
Okay, I just put
Oh,
the
it's just the one you love. You never know what they're going through, huh?
I just put the Lynchburg Police Department's post out on my Facebook too.
The police have his phones. Oh, okay, good. The second one. This one, my wife is missing. This one looks like the only one that has comments. They took my electronic devices. I'm using my friend's phone, but I will as soon as I can. If you're comfortable doing it, just save or screenshot from your profile on here and then comment if you would. Huh. So law enforcement evidently isn't putting out. Someone said they're asking, could you post more pictures of her comment? People are asking for better pictures to see her face of what she looks like to keep an out for her. And that was 4 days ago. 4 days ago, they had his phone. 4 days.
Man, this is a very
I'm
strange.
trying to pull up his profile picture. Hold on, Penelope. Hold on, Penelope. Dude. Isn't it because you hear that dog barking? She's crazy, I know. All right, y'all. That is the picture. Hey, the expert. Thanks for being here.
Yes, expert, please get this out to as many people as you can.
Yes. The family is begging for help, you guys. No. No, they don't have her phone, and they did a search. They did a warrant for her information from her phone. I think Friday they said they did that. So they're waiting on information from that. But they don't have her phone. Why would they have had his phone for 4 days? 4 days. I don't know. Hopefully something pops off soon, because tomorrow, Wednesday is a week. A week. This family has been without their daughter, mother, sister, cousin. She does have a sister, you guys. I forgot to ask the dad how she's doing, but just share, guys. Just do what you would do what you would want done. If you had a family member missing, you would want help and you would want them to share it. And that's all I ask you to do, is just to do that. And you guys have a good evening. I'll see you guys later. Please hit that thumbs up and please share. Thank you again, Lady Beak, for coming up. I really, really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Let's find this girl.
Yes. Find Avriel Hooks. You guys have a